Hello, um, positive thinkers out there. Hello, creative thinkers out there. Um, it's a Sunday morning. Uh, Sunday morning, May 19th, um, 2019. So, good morning, good morning, good morning. I wanted to do a video. I wanted to do some more of the footage room, but before I get into that, I feel good this morning. I feel good, blessed. Um, as I said in the beginning, ever since I stumbled across this little path, things have been pretty much going right, pretty much in line in my life. Um, of course, not where I want to be, but hey, who in life or what person, everybody, it's always going to be something more to do. Put it like that. So it's um, when you talk about when I hear people say, and I just said it to throw it out there, but when I hear people say I'm not where I want to be in life, um, you, you're right where. I remember people saying you're right where you're supposed to be, and I do agree with that. Um, as I said, and I'll say it again: when you're going through things, if you haven't learned anything, then it's not worth anything later on down in life. So when you're going through life and talking about as far as that saying, not where I'm supposed to be, well, you have the experience. You have the experience of your failures. There's nothing wrong with going back to the beginning, as I talk to my positive thinkers about, but as long as it's a positive beginning and not a negative beginning, not the insanity beginning, but as long as it's a double positive beginning. So when you keep going back to when you keep going back to the beginning over and over, at least you learned something from that last experience that you had before you had to go back to that beginning, before you had to start over. So each time you fail, you should gain experience. That's what I'm basically saying. Each time you fail, you should gain experience, but there's nothing wrong with starting over with the double positives. But on the insanity side, it's called doing things over and over again, expecting different results. So if you're failing, you're getting different results. You're getting new experiences. So I have to go back to the beginning again. So I take those experiences and those experiences and my failures, and I bring them back to the beginning, to the double positives. You see, if I failed 3 times, then I have 3 different experiences. Maybe I tried 3 different ways. So now I have to start over again. Okay, well, I take those 3 experiences and start over in a double positive, which will make a person much wiser about things. And certain knowledge, I believe, should be passed on to people that's trying to obtain the knowledge. So I just want to say good morning. As I said last time, I love my mornings. So good morning. I love my mornings. I love it. I love going out on 31st and 6th and doing positive thinking. I love it. I wanted to let you know about some of the positive thinkers out there, because I talked about that in my first 2 videos, and I said that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother topic that I can get on. But yeah, I love going out to 31st and 6th and doing positive thinking. And I was thinking about it. It takes energy. It takes energy away, but I receive so much energy, and it's a good feeling. it's a good feeling. So I love, and you know, the people out there, they're good, they're great. As I said, they come by and you know, they ask, you know, how I'm doing and everything like that, and we have conversation. It's just not about that, but they tell me about their problems too and what they're going through in their day, and you know, they share, you know, some of their family experiences with me, you know, and I like it. When, as I said, I get a good energy from it. But I didn't write anything down. Basically, I'm just going off script this morning. So this is a little bit of me. But yeah, as I said, I get good energy from it, and I learn. I'm learning, and you're always going to be learning. Always going to be learning within passion. You're always going to be learning. Always. So I'd like to say once again, good morning. Now I'm going to go over some more of the things that I put in the footage room. As you could, I have a couple of things. Now this is what I want to say, and yes, if you don't mind, please like and subscribe to this video, but and you know, share it, pass it along. Good information. You know, you can listen to this on your way to work or just sitting down on your porch with a nice breeze coming through, and you know, something to hopefully it's something that you can relate to. It's something that you may be able to apply, you know, throughout life to help your life less stressful, and you can find more happiness out of these things, these videos, and the words that are coming out my mouth, that I'm speaking, that I'm talking to you about. So hopefully this will make someone's life a lot more peaceful, and hopefully it can bring some understanding to someone on how to handle situations or handle things as they may come to you. Knowing not to walk into fire, but sort of walk around the fire. As I say, you don't have to walk into the fire all the time. You can walk around the fire. So, helping to avoid some of that nonsense, some of that, what they call it, junk mail. They're like that, junk mail in the inbox. See, you get a lot of junk mail. So, and that's basically where I'm coming from. So, and I feel what I say. What is it? What is that? What is this? What did it say for dummies? Life figured out. Our easy guide. You know how they have those easy guides for computer things in the library. It says easy guide for dummies or something like that. So this is just I don't know. Yeah, let's see. Should I simplifying life. Simplifying life, basically. It shouldn't. I believe that life should not be difficult. It shouldn't be difficult. Life is meant to be enjoyed. We should be enjoying life. It shouldn't be difficult. And a lot of stress and a lot of this and this. Life should be. I mean, we get one life, so we get one life, so we should enjoy it. Matching that up. So no, life shouldn't be difficult. Energy can make life difficult if you don't know and you can't spot it, and you start to feed into it. Yeah, then it can be difficult for you. As it says, misery loves company. So if you don't know when to spot it, of course you can get sucked up into it, and then, because misery feeds off of your energy. It needs something to feed. So simplifying life. Life is meant to be enjoyed. You get one life, so enjoy it. This is where I'm coming from. Now, as I said, there's going to be hardships, and there's going to be this, and there's going to be things that we have to go through, and things that we're going to have to learn. But other than that, life is meant to be enjoyed. Okay, so going over the footage room. I wanted to start off with the hourglass. The hourglass, the sand, that little hourglass thing. On the wishbone, you have double positives and you have double negatives. Now, on double negatives, the hourglass, time, as I tell my positive thinkers out on 31st and 6th, time can either work for me or against me. It could work for me or against me. It can work for me on the double positive sides. And on the double negative sides, my time would be running out. So if my time would be running out, just like that quarterback has to make a play, has to make that touchdown within a certain amount of time. So now I got to juggle. You see, I got to juggle and come up with some stuff before my time runs out. And what I mean by time running out, at that last in the domino, is when trouble starts to pop up. So I gotta try to do this and do that to try to juggle things before my time runs out. And the reason why I have the hourglass into the footage room, I put that in there because I was talking about Donald Trump, time working. I was explaining to my positive thinkers that positive thinking, my attitude must follow. Time works for us. We don't have to worry about, I don't have to worry about answering. See, I don't have to worry about trying to keep things covered up. Time is working for me. I want things to be out there. You see? Negative thinking, negative attitude. I remember going in my negative way, or, I'm not saying, and as I said, I'm not perfect, but I remember going down Insanity's way, and I remember that I knew that my time was running. It was a process until where my time would run out. It was steps. First, I would get caught, and then I would have to go back and go to court. If I didn't make court, then I would have to, eventually end up in jail. When I'm talking about time running out. On the negative side, I wasn't comfortable with that feeling of having my time belong to somebody else, and I had to listen to what they were going to tell me to do with my time. I don't know if you can kind of catch that, but going down Insanity's road, I knew that time was I knew that it was just a matter of time before everything would sort of like what time's up, sort of before everything would disappear or whatever like that, or before my time would be up. So I put the hourglass into the footage room. Now, as I said, when I put things into the footage room, things are there to help misery. Now, listen, understand me. When you're on your road to passion, you would notice. This is, I guess, I want to say this is how you notice when you're going somewhere, because misery would always try to get in the way. It needs to get in the way. It needs to get attention. It needs to try to get in your way. You're not focused on that. or negative energy getting in your way. You know where you know where the bullseye is at. So that's, you already know your path. But getting back to the hourglass working for me on double positives, I find it more enjoyable, more relaxing. Time working for me. It gives me I can do more things. I can instead of taking this avenue, I can create more avenues for myself. Time working for me. And I don't have to worry about answering the questions. As far as I would when time is working against me, I would have to answer those questions about things that I have done. On this side of the wishbone, time working for me, I want to expose. So those questions that would come to me, they would be easy. It'll just be like the response would just match up. It would just be like we're playing mental ping pong. When time is working for me, when time is working against me, those questions that I will be receiving, I wouldn't be able to, just like what's happening now, in the White House versus all these investigations that's going on. They're not able to come back with a response. They're not able to answer. They're not able to. It's just like ping pong. When I hit you the ball, you should be able to hit the ball back. They're not able to hit the ball back. So this therefore is causing a bunch of delays, and I want to hold things up. As I said before in the beginning, 31st and 6th is where it started. So I put the hourglass in the footage room for that reason. And as I said, I put things into the footage room to help misery. Now, this is my thing. Some energy may not want help. Some energy may not want help. But see, the thing about it, you don't worry about if that energy wants help or not. You worry about what you have to do and where you want to go. See, this is what I'm talking about on your road to passion. Some energy may not want help. Pride may get in the way of wanting help or wanting to come and seek some advice. Pride may get anything, But as I said, those folks that are on their way to passion, and you run across some of these things that I'm talking about, and we have something in common. Remember, you are on that right road. You are on that right road. As I said, misery will say this and misery will say that. That's why I put the deck. I don't know if I talked about. I did talk about this. That's why I put the deck of cards into the footage room. I say, misery, call it what you want to call it. And misery is going to do that. That's how you know that if you're on the right road, when misery starts calling cards, this and that and the third. So, yeah, people that's going out for your passion, stay on that road. Stay on that road. Let's see. So I put the hourglass, the hourglass into the footage room. Now, this is the next thing I put into the footage room. Easy like Sunday morning. Know it sounds funny, but I just can't stand the pain. That song, Mr. Lionel Richie. Now, I put easy like Sunday morning into the footage room. That's like the positive thinkers flag. That's our flag. So when we wake up in the mornings, and I tell my positive, I say, plant your flag. Our flag is that song. Easy like Sunday morning. Um, Now, when I was dealing with nonsense, it wasn't so easy. I couldn't. I heard the song, but I really didn't feel it. You see, um, you can just listen to a song, and certain people may think they feel something. Um, that's when I was just in my negative way. But now I'm doing double positives, and I'm feeling good. Um, Easy like Sunday morning. I uh, I know I heard it in my negative way. I heard it before my negative way. It's a long song, so easy like Sunday morning to me is how should I explain this? I heard it before, but now I can relate, especially after going through my having negative experience. So I can relate a lot to that song. So it's sort of like I feel it, but now that there's a connection, it's like it's like that song completes things. Um, so I tell myself, and it's just not about my positive thinkers, but this is the way that I live, that I go by. And so far, it's been stress free. It's been stress free. There's been little things, but man, my life has been stress free. I'm a lot happier. Um, you'll notice one thing: when you're happy, misery does not like that. Misery doesn't want you to be happy. And you'll notice that's another sign to tell that you're on the right road. When you're happy, misery don't like that when you're happy. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. See, that's another sign that you're on the right road. You look for your signs. Uh, Life is one big road with lots of signs. That's Bob Marley. So you look for your signs. So I put easy like Sunday morning into the footage room. And I put easy, and there's another reason, because that song makes me happy. I like it. Makes me happy inside. And I put it in the footage room. Now, I put it in the footage room. As I said, I put things into the footage room to help misery. Now, some people, some energy may want to stay into the footage room. Some people may not. I can't accept that. I can't accept that. Some people some energy may want to stay in the footage room. And as I said, it's no color on energy. Negative energy is negative energy. You can have it in blacks, whites, Asians. Negative energy is negative in Africans. Negative energy is negative energy. There's no black and white. But I put it in there. Maybe, hopefully, misery can hear the song and listen and find something to relate to, and may want to come out of the footage room. See? May want to come out of there. Hey, man. Hey, what are you talking about? Let me find out what you're talking about. We'll turn this way. See? We'll turn this way and look. Now do you see what I'm talking about? But don't turn this way and look and then turn right back around at me and then keep arguing with me. No, turn around and look and just pay attention. Now do you see what I'm talking about? You see? Some energy may not want to come out of the footage room. I don't want to hear. No, because it just ain't right. It just ain't right, or something, anything. So I put easy like Sunday morning in there. Maybe insanity can find something and relate. Hey, I can relate to that. I can relate to the words that, why in the world would anybody want to put chains on me? I'm not happy when I'm trying to fake it. Stuff like that. Easy like Sunday morning. So I put it in there, and I don't know. As I said, the song makes me feel good. So hopefully misery can, find something in common with that song, and hopefully maybe change. Maybe. But that's not what I give my energy to, and that's not what I'm really trying to have everybody on the double positive. That's not my thing in life. My thing in life is, you know, I'm focused. So I know I must go a certain way. Now, others, if others want to do what others want to do, then that's your business. But as I tell my positive thinkers, that don't wait until it's too late to try to do some positive thinking. Like, don't wait until I'm in trouble. Oh, now I need to do some positive thinking. It's too late there. See, if I was to do some positive thinking before I would have gotten in trouble, then it wouldn't have been none of that. So as I tell my positive people, don't wait until it's too late to do some positive thinking. I put fruity flavored nonsense pops. Now, nonsense pops. Misery loves some nonsense pops, baby. Misery, and it's got all sorts of different flavors. It's got what, a sour apple. It's got watermelon, fruity flavored nonsense pops. Got them orange. It's got all different sorts of flavors. Now, see, as I said, Misery's in the footage room. Don't know if it wants to come out. Energy, negative energy, is in the footage room, and it just can't. It just can't take it. It won't accept it. So Misery has the fruity flavored nonsense pops, thinking of new ideas and new ways, and acting like this stuff is never like you never heard this stuff before, which is a part of the game. Misery sits in the footage room, sucking on fruity flavored nonsense pops, having the same questions about old footage. Fruity flavored nonsense pops, and it's got different colors and different flavors, and it wants to ask us positive thinkers it wants to ask us questions about old footage that we both have already seen. Okay, and then it wants to give you some nonsense about the footage, like as if what we seen was wrong. You see, and as I said, then you get caught up in ridiculous talk because you seen it, Misery. I seen what happened. So, we should be both agreeing to what the final score was. But Misery somehow wants to sit in the footage room with fruity flavored nonsense pops and try to change our minds about what we both seen. And it's going to cut that. Then that's when you get into the ridiculous talk of where things don't sound right. You see? And it would try to do anything. You'll see it a lot. You'll see it a lot dealing with the presidency and all this. Both of the sides are fighting and stuff like this, and stuff just doesn't make sense. And like, where did you get this stuff from? So you sitting in the footage room, sucking on nonsense pops? Yeah, fruity flavored nonsense pops. Misery loves it. So they say, and I put this in the footage room. They say, George, when you come out to 31st and 6th, you come out here, and you do all this positive thinking. You come out here, you drink your coffee, and you come out here and you give positive thinking to us. Like, we need some positive thinking. You say, who are you talking to? I say, I'm talking to the ghost. The ghost of 31st and 6th. See? I'm talking to the ghost of 31st and 6th. So that just, I don't know. I just say I'm talking to the ghost of 31st and 6th. So that just eliminates a lot of problems. You see? I'm talking to the ghost. And see, I really don't know who's paying attention and who's not anyway. I just go out there and have my cup of coffee, and I just give out some good positive energy and some positive vibes. See? So people walk in front of me, they walk behind me. It's like, it's in the middle of an intersection. So anybody. So I just say, who you talking to? I'm talking to the ghost of 31st and 6th. So that means, if somebody walking by, they might don't take offense. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the ghost. It's not about you. It's really not about you. You see, the Tupac is all about you. Well, it's not about you. So I'm talking to the ghost of 31st and 6th. So that's why I put the ghost in 31st and 6th into the footage room. And as I said, these things that I put into the footage room is not to hurt. It's trying to help insanity. What else? What else? I put the cloud machine. The cloud machine. Now I know how this one goes. The cloud machine came. The cloud machine came when the government had a shutdown. See, and an investigation was going on. See, this is where the clouds and the cloud shoes, but I'll talk about the cloud shoes later. But the cloud machine is when the shutdown came. And the shutdown came and the government was down and people had to go to the food banks. It was all on the news. And I said, now, you're trying to do the government shutdown because you're up under investigation. So you're trying to throw cloud over our heads. And I came out there one day and I said, positive thinkers, don't worry about the cloud machine. Clouds have to go away. That sun will come back out. See, that sun is put there for us. Positive thinkers, double positive thinking, my attitude must follow. Sun, glow. See, you got clouds, but the sun is still shining above the clouds. So those clouds will have to go away. See, cloud machine. Misery likes clouds. Likes clouds, likes to try to hide things. So try to bring in the shutdown, the government shutdown because he was up under investigation. See? So I'm going to shut the government down and make everybody, make all the employees have to fend for themselves or whatever they have to do. And I'm going to have a government shutdown because of this investigation going on. So that's why I put the cloud machine. I said clouds are not going to work. Because, see, clouds have to go away. Sun will come back out. See, clouds are not going to work. So that's why I put the cloud machine into the footage room. I put Krispy Kreme. Krispy Kreme donut glaze. Misery got donut glaze in his eyes. You could be at the office work or wherever. You could be sitting at the desk or whatever. And you up there busy at work. Fingers typing. Fingers just going 100 miles per hour, just typing because you're focused, you're into your work. And all of a sudden, Misery comes by with some crumbs hanging off the side of his cheek, donut glaze in his eyes, and wanting to know how you're doing. And you're focused, wants to come to get in your way to distract you, and you're focused. Krispy Kreme donut glaze, needing some attention, has nothing to do. Probably not good at performing well, or might want to try to take your job away from you, whatever the circumstances may be. But it wants to come by and see how you're doing. How is everything going? And basically wants to try to take you out of your positive character. See, it needs some feel good too. Don't forget about that. Krispy Kreme donut glaze. See, it needs some feel good. Wants to come by to your cubicle there and take some feel good away. Take you out of focus. See, when you're focused and you love your job, you're into doing what you're doing. See, that's positive. That's what I call positive fire. You're into your job. You see, you're focused. And Misery wants to come by and take some of that glow away, some of that feel good. Get you a little bit less focused. See? So that's why I said in the beginning, don't worry about Misery trying to get in the way. That's just a sign that you're on the right track, going towards passion. See, misery exposes itself. So, Krispy Kreme donut glaze. And as I said, this is to help Misery to try to get out of the footage room, but this is also for us positive thinkers. See? When you can rewind this video here and say, well, you know what? They might have said something. Let me go back. Or, even I do it in life. That person said something. Or, I picked up on that. That person said something. Or I picked up on that. Let me rewind that. Let me go back a few pages and read again. You know how we do with books? Or, we get ahead and then that thought or that idea came back. And let me go back about 3 pages and see, just like, and see what was said and try to match things up. Same thing. So I put that in there. I put things into the footage room, not just for Misery, to help Misery, but also for us, and for me, but for us positive thinkers. You know, as I explained in a couple of videos, what do I eat and what tree I don't want to eat up off of. You see, some fruit is not good for, or some fruit is not good for you, or some berries are not good for you, or whatever is out there in the forest or whatever is out there. Some things are not meant for us to eat. Some things we cannot digest. So let's see. I got the Cloud Machine, Krispy Kreme, the Hourglass, compassion. I put compassion into the footage room. Misery wants some compassion. Compassion. That's like I tell my positive thinkers, how do you show an alligator some compassion? Alligators wanting some. They look like they want some compassion. Their mouth is closed. Their mouth may be open. No, I wouldn't. You're not getting compassion from me if the mouth is open anyway. But I mean, alligators. How do you show an alligator some compassion? I say I give you compassion from a distance. You know, but as far as walking up on the alligator and trying to give it some positive thinking and show it some compassion and rub it on his back, no. I'm not going to walk up. I'm not going to get within a certain amount of feet from an alligator. No. I'm not going to get. I'm not. No, we're not. I don't show sharks and alligators compassion. As I said, I show compassion from a distance. But when let me show you. Let me give you an example of how this works. When Misery is trying to either get in your way or when Misery is trying to get in your way, or let's see, give you another example. Wanting some compassion, or when you find that Misery has got his hand caught in the cookie jar, it automatically turns to compassion. When it tries to get in your way. When Misery tries to get in your way, first of all, the negative energy will try to act like, oh, well, you bumped into me. So you should say, you should apologize to me, even though I bumped into you on purpose. You kind of understand? So, Misery tries to get in your way with little things. And then it wants you to apologize for what it did to you. And, little things like that. That's why I say either you can go into the fire or you can walk around the fire. When Misery got his hand caught in a cookie jar, Misery, as I said, it will go through the 4 channels. If it can't get the 4 channels, then it will try to find some way to try to maybe how should I say it? When Misery gets his hand caught in a cookie jar, it automatically wants it wants, how should I explain it? I got my hand caught in a cookie jar. Now I want to try to reverse the blame. I don't know if you can it's not me, it's you. Type thing. I got my hand in the cookie jar. It's not my thinking, it's your thinking. So since your thinking is wrong, you now owe me an apology. Or whatever. It's compassion. When Misery knows that it's wrong and you caught Misery in the wrong, after it can't get the 4 channels, or after you don't accept the 4 channels, Misery will try to look for a way for you to try to. I guess I want to say Misery will try to break you down. It'll try to. I don't know how to explain it. It'll try to reverse it. Try to make it seem like it's your fault and not Misery. It's Insanity's fault. But all along, it's Insanity's fault. I try to Reverse psychology. Put it like that. Reverse psychology. So, and I have to explain all this stuff on this, when I'm talking. I talk about all this stuff on the street, and a lot of, and the thing about it is a lot of people know. See, the thing about it is a lot of people know, but as I said, they'll put it in the play dumb channel, like they don't know, but all along they do know exactly what you're talking about. So as I said, these things are not just there for misery, it's for us positive thinkers too. Let's see, so I put watch out for showing compassion. Yeah, watch out for compassion. Compassion is that's how misery reels you in. Oh yeah, once it knows that it can get some compassion from you, once it knows that it can get you to say I'm sorry, or not even just like say, I hurt your feelings or something like that. Once it can get you and hook you, it reels you in. See, compassion. As I said, I show misery compassion from a distance. No compassion to alligators. No. So now I show positive thinkers, okay, we made a little mistake. And we can see the mistake, but we learn it from our mistakes and we want to move forward. Yeah, you get compassion because you want to move forward. Yeah. On the positive thinking side, yeah, I'll show you plenty of compassion because you realize that you made a mistake. Okay, I made a mistake. Maybe if you even touched the stove 2 or 3 times, but you were learning from each and every time. You can see progress in learning. Did you learn anything? No, I learned something. Okay, but I'm going to go back in for a little bit. Okay, did you learn? I learned a little bit more. I'm going to jump back in. Did you learn? Okay. This is it. Now you can't be jumping in. Well, did you learn? Yes, I learned, and now I'm ready to move forward. Okay, now here's plenty. Yeah, boom. But insanity may not want compassion. See? Insanity, I'm saying, it may, when I said it's looking for compassion to reel you in. But once you give it compassion, what is insanity going to do? It's going to go right back to the same thing. See? It may not really want compassion. It may just be using that compassion just to try to reel you in. It may have ulterior motives. Ulterior motives. So watch out for showing compassion to insanity, misery. Watch out for showing compassion to insanity. Okay, I put understanding into the footage room. Misery has no understanding. Okay, now how do I explain this? It has no, because if you're operating off of nonsense, how can you have understanding? I don't understand. How can you figure confusion out? How can you, let me see. If you're operating off the way of nonsense, insanity, things don't match up, where are you getting understanding? As I tell my positive thinkers, I only get understanding when things are clear and it matches up and things are complete. How in the world could I get understanding from insanity? When insanity won't bring understanding, it just brings more confusion. And as I said in the beginning, just a few seconds ago, how in the world can I figure out confusion? Confusion is just going to throw on more confusion. Confusion is not meant to be figured out. Negative thinking, negative attitude, looking for positive results is not meant to be figured out. It's just going to throw on more confusion. This is exactly what's going on with the White House. Well, now they're trying to do everything to block from answering the questions, and so they're just throwing in more confusion, confusing the people, or confusing, well, not confusing me, but trying to confuse the American people more and more. But it's funny how, as I said on my positive thinking spot, it's funny how all the news channels were on the same we're on the same um, we're on the same page, and now you have these news channels on the same page, and just one is off left alone. I don't know. So I don't know. Let's see. Confusion. I put confusion into the footage room. I like, and see, and that's another thing. Since I've been doing positive thinking, I haven't had that much confusion. Nope, haven't had that much confusion. Now, pop-up confusion, you have energy that wants to pop up, but you don't worry about pop-up confusion. But as far as the positive thinking, positive attitude, having having patience for my results, where's the confusion at? Everything matches up, so how can it be confusion? So if I can't find confusion with double positives, then confusion must lie with double negatives, looking for a positive because of the mismatched signs, because things are altered when I'm traveling that road, or when I'm laying those dominoes out. I haven't had no confusion with positive thinking. Now, only thing I've had with positive thinking is gifts. Yeah, gifts. Whether it be energy, whether it be words of wisdom, whether it just be just saying hello, waking up in the mornings. I just had gifts with double positives. I haven't had no confusion. And that's my main thing I like to stay away from is confusion. Because confusion just leads to what? Ridiculous talk. We're not in agreement. We're not in agreement. So what are we going to talk about? We're going to sit here and you disagree and I disagree. It's just confusion is just going to lead to ridiculous talk. So I put how much do you know? And who knows what you know? I'm going to finish up with this one. How much do you know? And who knows what you know? Now, I've had to deal with how much do you know? Negative thinking, what negative thinking, negative attitude. How much do you know? On negative thinking, on a negative thinking way, how much do you know? I really don't want to tell you how much do I know and who else and who knows what I know. I want to hold it in. See, that's what investigators ask. How much do you know? Now let's think about how much do you know and who knows what you know coming from double positive. Now, I want people to come up on the street. Now, see, it's kind of funny when I'm talking and then people do come up, that it kind of takes me off my thinking path, but when people come up and talk to me, but I don't mind it. Because I got to stop what I'm thinking about talking to my positive thinkers and talk to the people, give that person some attention. But I don't mind because they come up with good energy. They bring me good energy. But how much do you know? One side, I want how much do you know to be exposed when you're going after passion. How much do I know? Please come and ask me. And then not only that, I got something else. I got this here. If you don't like that, then I got this over here too. See, I want you to know. I want you to come and ask me how much do I know and who knows. Now, I'm gonna tell you something right now. I don't give away my ideas, so nobody knows what I know. So how much do I know? I can tell you. If you're serious and you're the right person and you want, you want to talk. But one side I want to expose. Now the other side, don't ask me how much. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything. Don't know. And who knows what I know? I don't know. No, I don't know. One side you're put into a position. You see? And 9 times out of 10, when the pressure gets tight, you're going to say how much you know and who knows what you know. See? The information, you want to give that information up. It all depends on how much pressure you have on you. But that information is coming up out of you. You see? That's coming from the negative thinking, negative attitude, looking for positive results. Listen, positive thinkers. It's Sunday morning. Now I'm hoping that you can get some tips from this. Um, you know, as I said, it's not for it's not to change to change a person or say that I'm better or I'm right. You know, um, I would like to hear some if you have some words of wisdom or positive things to say. I would love to hear. If you have some things to add, because um, there are things out there that that I don't know. So if you have some things to add, I would love to read your comments and hopefully I can respond back to you and stuff like that. But have a beautiful day. Have a positive day. Plant your flag. And positive thinking, my attitude must follow. Be well.